Alrighty, we are for round number 1. We're playing against Asveloso. We're on the play. I think this is a keep. It's not great. Like, I don't have a way to get this ninja into play. Oh, we're on the draw. Never mind. This hand is a lot worse on the draw. I didn't pay close enough attention. But it doesn't matter. We don't have any good draws really against this deck. So I'm hoping to find a spell stutter here. I think I pretty much have to keep this stuff because I want to keep this Delver. Shuffle, no. All right. So I might just have to daze something right away. Just to make sure they can't go too crazy. Yeah, like that's too fast already for me. Can't have them have a 4/4 on turn 2. So I'm gonna daze that right away. I'm gonna play my Delver. I'm gonna flip it to the Ponder. And then I'm gonna hold up Counterspell. Hopefully they didn't have too much follow-up for that. Looks like my Delver is going to die, or they're going to play an ATOG, one or the other. Looks like an ATOG. Okay. Well, I can't deal with that, but it actually isn't that good yet. It's just a 1-power attacking creature. Yes, I'd like to flip to Ponder. So play that. I'm just going to attack for 3 here, pass the turn and hold up my Counterspell. Next turn I'll play a Ponder. And I'll probably put in a Ninja if I don't have a Counterspell left, which I'm sure I won't. There's almost no way that my opponent doesn't play something I want to counter. I'm going to counter, like, there's a lot of things I would counter that you might not think I would counter. Like, I'm going to counter an Ichor Wellspring here. There's just a lot of things I'm going to counter. Yep. I can't afford to give my opponent a 2-mana, draw 2, and +2/+2 to ATOG. Star is obviously a little worse than the Wellspring. Hopefully they don't have a Thought Cast. And hopefully they don't have any way to burn this insect. If they have a Galvanic Blast too, we're going to be in trouble. Yep. So that's not great. So we lost our clock there. I think I'm probably going to have to play out this Spire Golem here just to get another thing on the board. Alright. Play that out. It's possible I should have just pondered and tried to find an island plus a counterspell or something so I could play both these Spire Golems next turn. There's a decent chance I'm going to want to put in the Ninja though. Alright, what do we have here? Just an equip, huh? Yeah, I mean, I'm not blocking, so... They don't have any red mana, so I don't have to worry about like Temur Battle Rage or anything. Counterspell... It's pretty good. I think I'm going to ponder and try to find a land. Maybe I'll put this Ninja in. Yeah, let's just put the Ninja into play. Should have probably pondered first, just in case, but... If my opponent doesn't draw any creatures, they might not actually be able to attack with the ATOG. I think I'll just run out this Spire Golem. They didn't play anything last turn. They played another land. They still don't have red mana, which is important. But they do now have double blue, yeah, for the Gear Seeker. So I got pretty punished. Obviously, I should have held that up, I guess. I didn't really count here, so I should have counted. I don't think they had enough yet. But I do think they have enough this turn. Day is not so great anymore. So, a couple options here. I think I have to start chumping this every turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's only 12. If they play any artifacts at all, I do have to block this ATOG. I think I need to get this Spire Golem out. Other option is to ponder and find a land. Problem with doing that is I don't really want another land. Okay, Gush is okay. So I can play my Spire Golem, and I can gush, pick up 2 lands. Alright, now I have Counterspell up. If they don't play any artifacts, I'm not going to block the ATOG, but be a little surprised if they didn't play an artifact. Yeah, I don't think I can afford to counter that really. I'll just chump the ATOG and take 5 a couple turns. It's actually going to be a very close game. If they play a 1-drop here, I'll be in pretty good shape actually. Should definitely attack with both, yeah. Alright. Actually, might as well block with my Golem. Yeah, this will force my opponent to sacrifice something if they want to get through. Plus it means that my ninja gets to hit next turn. Yep. Seems good. Hopefully they play something I can counter right here. I'm gonna put in the Spell Stutter. I'll lose right here to a Fling, but it is what it is. Yeah, it looks like they've got it. I don't know, maybe they won't sacrifice enough. So the reason I needed to do this was I needed 1 more power to kill them. But it looks like they had it. I'm not sure I could have gotten around that. It's possible I could have. So let's see, let's say I don't play that. I play my island, I attack them, and I draw 2 cards for my turn. I don't draw anything good. I have to chump with my Spell Stutter and hold up my counterspell. They're at 9. I can still only deal them 6. Yeah, I think I needed this extra 1 power, no matter what, because then I could hold up more stuff. Anyway, that's a terrible matchup, so it's not surprising we lost to them. I'm going to go ahead and bring in our Annuls and our Hydroblasts. And then it's a question of if I want Dispel or not. I don't think I want Dispel. So we have a lot of terrible cards. Our ninjas are pretty bad. Our counterspells are pretty bad. But I want some of those things. Let's see. We just don't have time for a lot of this stuff. Like we have to get a fast Delver down and protect it and then kill him. I'm actually going to cut a Preordain because I don't really have time to... You don't have time to spend a mana on it. I don't know if that's the correct sideboarding, but that's what I'm going to do. This hand seems iffy, but on the play it's okay. Hopefully I can Spell Stutter something on turn 2. So I wouldn't be surprised if we won this game on the play, but the game we're on the draw is going to be really tough. We actually might have won that last game if we had been on the play. Alright, so Star down. Another Gush. Pretty bad. Pretty bad draw. It's possible I should have boarded one of them out, but there's only 3. I'm going to counter anything, and I'm going to Spell Stutter anything I can. I don't think this is going to work. I assume we're going to get Pyroblasted or Galvanic Blasted, but I'm going to try it anyway. The upside's pretty high. And to be honest, the downside's not that low. They still can't cast anything more this turn no matter what, so I think it's alright. So we really need to draw a land this turn or a way to find a land. Fairy Miscreant's pretty bad one. I'm just going to Gush here. I mean, I can't just sit around and play nothing and hold up Counterspell, so... Does mean I'm pretty far from these Spire Golems, but as you can see, I was pretty far away from drawing another land anyway. So they don't have access to a ton of colors yet. They got 2 colorless lands. They got the 1 fixer. I'll probably Vapor Snag a Delver if they try to kill it here. Depends if they play anything else first. Alright, Thoughtcast. Thoughtcast is like the best card in that deck. I love it. It's the only reason I can tolerate playing Affinity, is you get all those sweet, sweet Thoughtcasts. 1 mana draw 2 is pretty unfair. Alright, so I need to blind flip this Delver. Might actually Vapor Snag that Frogmite. My mana's going to be really tight for the rest of the game, so I'm going to do that. Well, that was the worst draw in the deck. I can confidently say there were no worse draws than that. So my opponent didn't really have any good plays last turn. They got the Frogmite again. But, oh, they drew a Frogmite for the turn. Okay. I can block those with Spire Golem once I get them down. Yeah, let's counter that guy, though. Alright. Hopefully we can flip our Delver here. Yes, to a Daze. Exactly the card I wanted to see. Another card that makes me pick up lands. Perfect. The perfect draw is right there. It's possible I should have done that in the attack step, but I only have 2 ninjas left. So we are winning the race. Assuming they never play another spell, we're going to win the game. There's all our islands. All just a little too low in the deck. They know about our days, obviously. They've seen it. So they're not going to just run anything into it. Opponent is a little color screwed, which tends to happen sometimes with Affinity. Alright. Just all islands all in a row. We do have lethal next turn. With this Spire Golem. So we got a little lucky this game that they got so stuck on mana. If they have a red source here, they can reduce our clock by 1. Alright. So we got him there. This is going to be the really tough one, though. So I don't think I want to bring in Dispel. It is tough. They have a number of things that I would consider dispelling. Like, they probably have 8 or 9 instants, but at the same time, like, that game they didn't play any, and Hydroblast hits all of their instants. Maybe they have Dispel, but Hydroblast hits all their instants, and I don't really have anything in here. Maybe I want to cut a Daze for that Preordain again. I'll just bring in a Dispel. Let's do this. I don't know. I don't think these ninjas are good. Maybe we're supposed to keep them in. But if I draw 2 ninjas at the same time, it's going to be really hard to win. Alright, this hand looks okay. I'll keep it. Snap is really strong. It's nice with Spell Stutter. I am a little heavy on lands. I'd like to have 1 fewer, but it is what it is. The unfortunate thing is this Spell Stutter is not going to get to counter anything, probably. At least not on our turn 2. That was a bad draw. Alright, those actually look pretty good. I'll put those both on top. They aren't amazing, but we kind of... You would just have to hope your opponent stumbles when you're playing against Affinity. It doesn't really look like they're stumbling. It looks like they actually have a great draw. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe not such a great draw. So I'm going to play the Delver next turn. Would really like to Spell Stutter something. Just anything. And I'll probably snap any creatures they play. But I can do the snapping later, probably. I'm not sure. Not sure what I want to do. I don't think I want to Spell Stutter that. However, playing the Spell Stutter means they can't play a Mirror Enforcer. Oh wait, never mind. They've got 5 now. Yeah, they can play a Mirror Enforcer already. Took a little too long talking there and stuff, so they probably are clued into the fact that I have a spell stutter sprite. But that's alright. Alright, what do we have here for green? There's the Mirror Enforcer. See how many Mirror Enforcers they have. Hopefully just the one. It's going to be really hard for us to beat more than one. It's going to be hard for us to beat this ATOG too. Oh, white mana? What are they playing? Another Prophetic Prism, sure. Alright, so I think I'm going to snap this guy, but he doesn't cost any mana. That's the tough part. And I don't have a way to counter him on the way down anyway. I'd rather snap something that costs him a little more mana. Alright, now I want to snap it. Now we're going to snap it. Yeah, I'm actually, I think, just going to snap it now. Because if I snap it now, that means they can't counter my snap. Alright, and then I'm going to annul it on the way down, and then I'll spell stutter their Pyroblast that I assume they're going to have. Hopefully they only have the one Pyroblast. Or Dispel, whatever they have. Yeah, hopefully they only have the one. We're going to be in pretty big trouble if this doesn't work. But they haven't been playing anything, so I'm pretty suspicious that they definitely have a red spell. And they've got 8 of them in the deck, so it's obviously not that surprising that they have one. But I was hoping they only had one and didn't have 2 answers. But they had 2. So if they don't have any more threats, we might be okay. But I suspect they have only like spells in their hand because they didn't play a land this turn. We're about to find out though when I try to run out my guys. So what am I hoping to draw here? Hydroblast, everything coming a little too late, so obviously it would have been nice to have that up before. But I do think we'll probably get to use this on something. We probably will not make it through the end of this game without them playing another red spell. Unless they just draw 4/4s the whole time, which is obviously really bad for us. One spell left that I get to Hydroblast. Nope. Looks like it's another Forger. I wonder which one of these they sandbagged before, or if they were just stuck on mana and they couldn't play it. Well, at any rate, we can't beat this. I need to draw like all Spire Golems from here on out. Actually, if I flip my Delver, I can like trade with one of these and stuff. I don't know. Pretty much we just lost because I drew the Hydroblast one turn too late. Maybe I should have held it, but... So, yeah, I have to sit back and block. I can't attack. If I had a Ninja, I could have gotten in with my Spire Golem, but it's not what I had. I'm going to block the Forger, I think. Just in case I draw another Snap plus an Annul, I guess. Sure. I don't anticipate getting 2 fairies to spell stutter or anything anytime soon. Okay, so I take 8 here. Which is not great, of course. So this is a bad matchup. We lost both times when we were on the draw, which is kind of expected. Could still get out of it with some great draws here. Those draws were decent. I do get to put both their guys back in their hand, and I get to counter one of them on the way down. The problem is I don't get to counter both of them. So I really needed this Hydroblast to be a counterspell, one of the counterspells I boarded out. So I just happened to draw kind of the wrong combination. Alright, counterspell that. So I need to draw a ninja here, and I need them to only draw lands and red, like one red spell. It's pretty much all I can afford for them to draw. Doesn't look like they have a red spell the way they tapped. Frogmite, can't beat that either. And a Gear Seeker, so... Again, they didn't play one of these last turn. I guess they knew I had the counterspell, so they didn't want to. I need another Gush here. Spire Golem's okay, but it's not enough. Alright, so now I can take out this Forger. I think I need another Gush like I had last time, like Gush into double bounce spell. I don't know. We just needed them to draw a little more like do nothing stuff rather than like a lot of action. Even just like if they had drawn an ATOG instead of this Gear Seeker, we could still win this game. Alright, they have enough mana to make the Gear Seeker unblockable. Okay, it's gonna double block the Forger. Alright, then what are my outs? I really need to hit a Gush. Yeah, but you can see like this Hydroblast is sitting dead in my hand here. And if it could target any of this stuff, we would probably have a decent chance of at least surviving here. Well, this does give me one look deeper. But I think I have to shuffle and hit a Gush. Alright, we're dead. Darn, that was a close one. This is a terrible matchup for Mono Blue Delver, and I was actually always surprised that Mono Blue Delver was one of the top decks because it's bad against Affinity, it was bad against Kodiltha Boros, it was just bad against a lot of decks, so I don't know why it was so good, but people played it a lot and it was really successful, so maybe there's something I don't know, but there's a lot of terrible matchups for this deck, and this is one of them, so let's move on to round number 2.